Oreo Ravioli Cookies.
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone. First we're going to mix up the dry ingredients for the cookies. That's 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Stir it together, set it aside in a large mixing bowl. Place a cup of shortening and 1 1/3 cups of sugar. Blend that together until nice and light and fluffy. Then add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract and then beat in 2 eggs one at a time until they are combined. Now you're going to gradually add in the dry ingredients. Now if this recipe looks familiar, it's because it's the same recipe that I used to make the base of the Malomar cookies that I made last time. Now we need to grind up some Oreos. You need to crush 12 Oreo cookies until they're fine crumbs. Put them in a big bowl, add a 1/4 cup of confectioner sugar, half a teaspoon of coconut extract, and 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, preferably happy. Blend that until nice and creamy and combined. Then take your cookie dough, take portions of it and roll it out between sheets of wax paper or parchment paper till it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. And then I decided to use a true ravioli method for these. I have these little ravioli cutters that I really wanted to try and use again. So what I did is I just very lightly pressed it on the dough just to get the outline of the cookie so I could see how many I could fit on this particular sheet of cookie dough. Just lightly pressed it, didn't go all the way through. Then I took a small portion of that cream cheese Oreo mixture and placed it in the center of each of those circles. And then added a second piece of dough that I rolled out over top. As you can see, I left it right on the waxed paper, peeled the paper off, and then I cut the cookies out using ravioli cutters. Now I actually received a set of these in one of those gourmet food boxes that I reviewed a few months ago, and why not use them again, right? So basically you cut out your cookie and you seal the edges at the same time by using these cutters. Now of course not everyone has ravioli cutters handy or actually want to do it this way. All you have to do is cut out circles of dough using a regular just circle cookie cutter. Put your little piece of filling in the middle, cut more circles and put one circle on top of the other and just crimp the edges with a fork and you'll get essentially the same effect. Now you'll notice here as I'm cutting these that I'm getting a little bit of cracking on the tops. Now later on when I made more of these, I had less cracking because I figured out that all you have to do to stop this from happening for the most part is to just flatten that filling down. So the filling actually doesn't leak out of the cookies when it bakes. It stays pretty much exactly the way you put it. So take your little filling piece and just flatten it to a disc. And that way when you put that second piece on top, it's not going to crack your tops. But I was actually very easily able to just repair the tops and it worked out okay. Now you need to transfer these to a cookie sheet. I'm using a little flat metal spatula that I have that works really well. If you're having trouble getting them from the wax paper to the cookie sheet without them breaking, then I suggest you put them in the refrigerator. Just let the whole thing chill a little bit before you try to move them around. These spread a little bit, so just leave about 1.5 inches in between the two of them. And then you're going to bake them at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes until your edges are light brown. And there they are. I cooled them on a cookie rack, as you can see. And once they were cooled, I drizzled them with a little bit of melted chocolate. I basically melted some chocolate chips, put them in a Ziploc bag, just cut the corner off and just drizzle it on top of them. Let it harden and serve them. I was pretty happy with the way these turned out. The cookies themselves are not super sweet. That's why the chocolate drizzle on the top is kind of necessary to give it a little bit of extra sweetness. The filling in the center actually becomes very cookie-like. So it's not like a creamy center. It's very cookie-like. So kind of a crunchy cookie, a bit softer in the center. Overall, not a bad cookie. They store very well at room temperature in a covered container. And they're fun because you get to call them ravioli cookies, and that's pretty cool. I was reviewing my videos, and I did a search for Oreo on my videos, and I realized that I had a large number of recipes that use Oreo cookies, partly because I just really like Oreo cookies. So what I've done is created a playlist where I put all my Oreo cookie based recipes or recipes that use Oreo cookies all in one place. And if you love Oreo cookies, go check it out by clicking right on your screen, by looking for the link in the description box, or by clicking on the little eye that you can see there. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.